Extract all the good stuff
Absolutely.
so that you can navigate any
That's the mission.
with total confidence.
Exactly. Think of it like we're going to give you this toolkit of essential phrases.
Yeah.
And you'll understand how to use them like a pro.
Like a pro.
So we'll cover everything, just chatting with friends, formal business calls, even those oh no moments when things get a bit awkward.
Oh, yeah, we've all been there.
Right.
So, okay, let's just jump right in, shall we?
Let's do it.
Our first scenario is a super informal phone call.
Okay.
Picture this. You're Kasia, and you're calling up your buddy Ali.
Mm-hmm.
You're inviting him to go rafting. Yeah, it's casual, it's friendly, and the language reflects that.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. You can hear that straight away.
So what jumps out at you when you first listen to this?
Well, first thing is, it's just so direct.
Uh-huh.
Ollie answers with, hello,
Yeah,
and Koska replies, hi, just like that.
straight to it.
And then when Ollie doesn't recognize the number, he just goes, sorry, who's this?
Simple.
No messing around.
Yeah, it gets the job done.
Which is perfect for this kind of casual chat.
And Kasia's reply, again, it's so informal,
Right.
just, it's Kasia.
I mean, you'd never hear someone say, I'm Kasia, in this kind of relaxed setting.
Right, too formal.
Way too
It's just
forward.
that little contraction.
It makes all the difference.
Yeah, it just feels more natural.
Definitely more natural.
Okay, so then Kasia gets straight to the point of the call.
She does.
No,
You hear us?
straight to the invitation.
Listen, some of us are going rafting this weekend. Do you want to come?
Boom, there it is.
Straight to business.
It's all about efficiency.
But in a friendly way.
Exactly.
And then Kasia's response is, she's so up for it.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that sounds great. Yeah, sure. Brilliant.
Just pure enthusiasm.
Love that energy.
Yeah, you can really hear the excitement.
And the closing, again, so quick and easy.
Okay, cheers for the invite. See you, I guess.
Bye.
Boom, done.
Exactly. Efficient and friendly.
So, key takeaway here.
If you're calling a mate, someone you know well, family, this is your go-to style.
Yeah, keep it simple, keep it friendly.
You don't need all the formalities.
A quick how are you isn't wrong,
Not at all.
but it's not essential.
And notice how they use those casual little phrases.
Okay, yeah.
Like cheers instead of thank you, I guess.
Yeah.
And calling it an invite.
It just adds to that relaxed vibe, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay, so that was informal.
Uh-huh.
Now let's crank up the formality.
Okay. Time for suits and ties.
All right, so in this next call, we've got Oxford Online English
Mm-hmm.
receiving a call from Ollie Redman.
Okay.
He's calling about a proposal.
Sounds serious.
It is. It's a business call.
And the difference in tone is just, wow.
Night and day, right?
Yeah.
So what do you notice right off the bat?
Well, that greeting is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah,
Good afternoon, Oxford Online English. How can I help?
so structured.
Super structured.
Yeah, you've got that full company name in there, haven't you?
Establishes authority,
It's at home.
It's like stepping into their official space.
Yeah.
It's a world away from that casual, hello,
Right.
miles away.
Totally different.
So Oli wants to speak to someone, but he does it in this very polite way.
Yeah. How does he phrase it?
Hello, could I speak to Michael Hart, please?
It's all about that could, isn't it?
It's all about the could.
It's softening the request, making it more polite.
It's not demanding, it's appropriate for a formal context.
Now, what about when they need to identify Oli, the caller?
Again, super formal.
Who's calling, please?
Short and sweet.
But still very courteous.
Exactly, maintaining that professional distance.
And Ollie's introduction is also more formal, right?
Because it seems like he's calling them for the first time.
Yeah, it could be.
He lays it all out very clearly.
So how does he do that?
My name is Ollie Redman, and I'm calling concerning a proposal which Mr. Hart sent to me.
No messing around.
Nope.
Straight to the point.
But in a very professional way.
Mm-hmm. It's all about establishing that clear identity, isn't it?
Absolutely, especially in a business context.
You're not going to say it's Ollie here.
Way too informal.
Way too informal.
And the way he states the reason for calling, textbook formal.
It's that I'm calling concerning.
There are other ways to say it, of course. I would like to ask about. I wanted to discuss with you.
But they all have that same formal feel.
Exactly.
Okay, so what happens when Mr. Hart's not available?
Ah, now this is interesting.
Because there's a whole etiquette around this, isn't there?
There is.
You can't just say, he's not here.
Not in a formal setting.
So how do they handle it?
One moment, please. I'm afraid he's not available right now. Would it be all right for him to call you back in about 30 minutes?
It's that, I'm afraid, isn't it?
It's so subtle.
Yeah, it's like a little softener, almost an apology.
Exactly, like, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
But in a very professional way.
And then that question, would it be all right?
Well, totally.
Again, it's not assuming anything. It's giving Ollie the choice.
And Ollie's response, again, mirrors that formality.
Yeah. Yes, that would be fine.
It's all about matching that level of politeness.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, they have to make sure the callback actually happens.
Right. So they ask, and does he have your number?
It's practical, it's professional, no one wants a missed call.
Exactly.
And the reassurance, perfect. He'll call you in half an hour or so.
And finally, that closing.
It's a whole ritual, isn't it?
Yeah, they don't just hang up.
No.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, that's all. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling and have a nice day.
And to you, goodbye.
It's a proper sign-off, very formal, very polite.
So, key takeaways from this formal call.
Well, those longer greetings and closings.
Yeah, it's not just hello and bye.
No, it's a whole exchange.
And the language is so polite and indirect.
Yeah, it's not about being blunt. It's about being respectful.
And the sentences. They're longer, they're more complex.
And every word choice is carefully considered.
It's professional through and through.
Exactly.
It just goes to show you, context is everything.
It really is.
The situation dictates the language.
Absolutely. Like even just that little phrase, I'm afraid.
Yeah, instead of just he isn't here.
Makes a big difference.
It's all about maintaining that professional tone.
Showing respect through your language.
Okay, so we've covered how to start and end calls.
Casually and formally.
But what about when things go wrong?
Oh, yeah. The dreaded technical difficulties.
It happens to us all.
It does.
So our next dialogue is all about that.
All right, let's see what happens.
We've got Cassia and Ollie again, but this time their informal chat hits a few snags.
Okay, so what are we dealing with?
Well, right at the start, Cassia can't hear Ollie properly.
Happens all the time.
So what does she say?
She goes, sorry, say that again.
Simple, direct.
Perfect for an informal chat.
And there are other ways to say it too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what was that?
Yeah.
Or even just, huh.
But with the right intonation, of course.
Yeah, gotta make it clear you didn't catch what they said.
What was that? It's definitely more polite, though.
Even with friends.
Even with friends, yeah.
Now, if this were a formal call,
Right. Things change a bit.
you'd probably go for something like,
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah.
Or could you say that again, please?
so polite.
Much more formal.
Yeah, it's longer, it's more indirect, and it uses please.
All the hallmarks of formal language.
Okay, then the tables turn.
Uh-oh.
Ollie can't hear Cassia because she's too quiet.
Classic.
So what does he do?
He says, can you speak up a bit? Hello?
Speak up.
Love that phrasal verb.
It's so useful.
It just means to talk louder.
Perfect for this situation.
But again, if you wanted to be more formal,
yeah,
you might say something like,
the sound is low.
oh,
Would you mind speaking a little more loudly?
very polite.
Yeah, it's all about that. Would you mind?
And explaining the reason for the problem.
Oh, yeah, that's important too.
So Ollie says, sorry, I'm in the subway and the signal's not so good.
Ah, the subway.
The enemy of good signal.
It's a modern day struggle.
It is. It is.
And there are other ways to say this too.
Like what?
I don't have much signal.
Right.
There's not much reception here.
They all get the point across.
And then the ultimate phone call killer.
Oh, no.
A dying battery.
The worst.
And so Ollie's like, hold on, my battery's about to die. Can I call you back later?
It's the only thing you can do, really.
It is.
It's direct. It's practical.
No time for formalities.
Exactly.
So this little dialogue gives you the phrases you need.
For those tech fail moments.
Yeah, we've all been there.
And knowing both the informal and formal versions.
It means you can adapt to any situation.
Exactly.
Okay, time for our final scenario.
All right. What have we got?
Back to a more formal setting.
Okay.
Cassia is calling OOE Productions,
Mm-hmm.
trying to reach Peter Oker,
Okay.
but he's not available.
Uh-oh.
So she's got to leave a message,
Another classic phone call situation.
especially in a professional context.
Absolutely.
So how does this call start?
As expected, it's that formal greeting.
Hello, OOE Productions. Can I help?
Setting the scene.
And Cassia, she's on point with her introduction.
Right.
Hello, this is Cassia Warsinska. I'm calling for Peter Oker. Is he available?
It's that full name again, isn't it?
Yeah, this is full name.
It's so spoken to them before.
It establishes your identity.
And when they tell her he's not available.
They're super polite about it, aren't they?
Yeah, it's... Unfortunately, he's busy at the moment. Would you like to leave a message or should I get him to call you back later?
They're giving her options.
Exactly, and doing it in a very professional way.
So Cassia decides to leave a message.
Okay.
How does she phrase that?
She asks, can I leave him a message?
A little hesitant, but still polite.
She could have also said, could you pass on a message for me?
Yeah, that works too.
And then comes the important part, the message itself.
So what does she say?
Could you ask him to double-check the hotel reservations for the Italy conference? He'll know what I mean.
Short, sweet, to the point.
Exactly. You don't want to ramble.
But you need to give enough information.
Enough for them to understand what you're talking about.
Now, another important thing is to say how urgent the message is.
Oh, yeah, that's crucial.
So Kasi adds, but do please make sure he gets it as soon as possible. It's really important.
It adds that extra layer of urgency.
And if it were really urgent, she could have said,
It's urgent, so please tell him as soon as you can.
exact.
Or if it wasn't urgent at all.
It's not urgent, so just let him know when he's free. So they confirm the message.
Very well. Anything else?
Super professional.
And then they offer that callback.
Yeah. Would you also like him to call you back?
Always good to offer.
Kazi says, yes, please. If you could get him to call me at my office, that would be wonderful.
Wonderful. I like that.
Just a touch of extra politeness.
Yeah.
And then they wrap it up with those standard closing remarks.
No problem at all. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Another formal call successfully navigated.
It's a skill, you know?
It is.
Knowing how to leave a message properly.
It can make all the difference.
Especially in a professional setting.
Absolutely.
So we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
Informal calls, formal calls, tech fails, leaving messages.
All the essentials.
You've got a whole toolkit of phrases now.
From hi and sorry, who's this to good afternoon, company name, how could I help, and could I speak to?
We've gone from casual chit-chat to boardroom-ready language.
And you know what I think is really interesting? This whole idea of formality. It's not just about phone calls, is it?
It goes way beyond that.
It's about understanding how to communicate in different situations.
Yeah.
Knowing when to be direct, when to be indirect.
Choosing the right words.
Structuring your sentences.
Even the length of your greetings.
It all plays a part.
It does. It shows respect. It shows awareness.
It's like a whole other layer of communication, isn't it?
It is. It's fascinating.
So think about it. Where else in your daily life do you see this kind of formal and informal language?
It's everywhere if you start to look for it.
It's a whole world of subtle cues and signals.
And the more you understand them, the better you can communicate.
Absolutely. So keep exploring, keep listening, keep learning.
Keep practicing.
Because the world of language is full of surprises.
It really is.
And that's what makes it so exciting.
Absolutely.
So, until next time, happy communicating.
Happy communicating.
All right, so ready to really dive deep into some strategies for feeling more confident speaking English.
Yeah.
We're going way beyond, those usual tips and tricks today.
Yeah.
For sure. You've shared some really fascinating sources with me that kind of delves into the psychology behind language learning.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to kind of unpack all this with you.
I think it's going to be a great deep dive for sure.
Yeah, I think so too.
What I think is so fascinating about this whole topic is that confidence in speaking English. It isn't just about grammar and vocabulary.
Right.
It's this really deep connection to your mindset and your self-perception, and even just how we interact with other people.
I noticed that too when I was reading through the sources.
Yeah.
One of the sources introduces this idea of a challenge ladder.
Okay.
Have you heard of this?
I have, yeah.
It suggests creating a ladder with easy, medium, and hard levels.
Yeah.
For specific speaking situations that make you nervous. So it's like baby steps, right?
Yeah. Exactly. It's that idea of slowly kind of pushing yourself outside of that comfort zone.
Right.
Think about learning any skill, right?
Right.
You're not going to try to do the hardest thing right away.
Right.
You're going to kind of slowly build up to that. And so this approach is really good for giving you those small wins that then kind of help you build that confidence over time.
I can definitely see how that would be a lot more encouraging than just constantly feeling like you're not quite there yet. The source also dives into this idea of faking it till you make it.
Yeah.
And I'll admit, I was a little skeptical.
Okay.
Does acting confident really lead to actual confidence?
I think it can be surprisingly effective.
Okay.
So when you project confidence, even if you don't feel it internally, people respond to you differently.
Oh, that's interesting.
And that positive feedback reinforces your own belief in yourself.
Oh, wow.
And so it creates this positive feedback loop. So it's we can trick our brains into being more confident.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
The source even gives some specific examples of how to do this. focusing on speaking volume and speed.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think about that?
So like when we lack confidence, we tend to speak really softly or rush through our words.
Right.
But if you can like consciously control your volume, slow down your pace a little bit, and use complete sentences,
Okay.
you just project this much more confident image both to yourself and to the other people.
It's almost like improving your posture.
Yeah.
Like when you stand up straight, you just feel more confident.
Yes.
It's like sending a signal, not just to the people around you, but like to yourself as well.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I really struggle with, though, is that urge to apologize for my English.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when I make mistakes.
I think that's so common.
Yeah.
But one of the sources makes this really thought-provoking point.
Okay.
That like apologizing for your English,
it actually reinforces those negative feelings.
Well, right.
And can make you seem less credible.
Interesting.
You know, think about it. Like, if someone is constantly apologizing for their skills, do you take them as seriously?
That's a good point. I guess it shifts the focus to, like, the perceived flaw.
Exactly.
Rather than to the message that they're trying to convey. Yeah.
So instead of dwelling on those, like, perceived shortcomings, you know, just focus on communicating your ideas effectively.
Right.
One of the sources actually uses this really funny anecdote about, like, not speaking certain languages to highlight how unnecessary it is to apologize for something that we're still learning.
It does seem kind of absurd when you put it that way.
It does, yeah.
Like apologizing for not being a master chef.
Exactly.
When you're still just learning to cook.
Yeah.
But even if I ditch the apologies, like that feeling of anxiety is still there.
Yeah.
Like that inner critic that's constantly pointing out every little mistake. Do you have any advice for that?
Yeah. One of the sources had this great technique for combating that. Yeah. And that's to write down your fears before like a challenging speaking situation. And then compare them to what actually happened afterward.
Oh, wow.
It's like a fear versus reality check.
So it's like putting that inner critic on trial.
Yeah.
And seeing if its accusations actually hold up.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like
so you're documenting your anxieties and then comparing them to the actual experience.
Yeah.
And you often find that those fears were way worse than reality.
Right.
And this helps you to kind of like fact check those negative thoughts and build resilience.
This is already so insightful. We've covered, you know, the challenge ladder and faking it till you make it, ditching those apologies and fact checking our fears.
Yeah.
But I am curious to kind of learn more about how to like navigate specific situations.
Yeah, let's do it.
So
let's dive into how we can apply these principles to presentations, conversations, and other common scenarios that can trigger those speaking anxieties.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay, so we've been like focusing on building this foundation of confidence, you know?
Yeah.
But now I think it would be good to kind of like talk about how to approach specific speaking situations.
Yeah, sounds good.
One of the sources kind of highlights this shift, you know, from striving for like perfect English to simply communicating effectively.
Yeah, I think that's a big mental hurdle for a lot of us. You know?
Yeah.
We get so caught up in wanting to like sound correct.
Yeah.
That we kind of hold back from actually, you know, just expressing ourselves.
Yeah, it's a really common trap. But think about it. Like, do you ever stop listening to someone just because they make a small grammatical error?
Not really, no.
Yeah.
Especially if they're saying something interesting.
Right, exactly. Like, you're more focused on understanding, like, the message than, like, analyzing their grammar.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, so the source kind of reminds us that communication is a two-way street, right? So instead of like obsessing over our own performance, we should be focusing on like connecting with the other person.
Yeah.
And I think that brings us to like this often overlooked power of active listening.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about active listening, like in general, but how does that connect to confidence in like speaking English specifically?
Yeah. So when you are genuinely engaged in a conversation, you know, like focusing on what the other person is saying, you're less likely to get caught up in your own anxieties. You're just present in the moment, right?
Okay.
Reacting and responding authentically.
That makes sense. Because if you're busy overthinking
Yeah.
your next sentence, you're not really listening to what the other person is saying.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Because you build rapport with the speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're also like subconsciously picking up on these nuances of the language.
Oh, wow.
The pronunciation, and even just like cultural context.
So it's like learning by osmosis just by being in real conversations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like that.
And remember that challenge ladder we were talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, active listening can be a great way to tackle those lower rungs.
Okay.
Because even if you're not speaking a lot, you're still, like, engaging with the language.
Right.
And building that confidence.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So speaking of challenges, like, let's talk about, like, how to sound more confident.
Okay.
Even if you aren't fluent yet.
Okay.
One of the sources, I think, really emphasizes the importance of speaking at a clear and controlled pace.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Well, I tend to, like, speed up when I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just trying to, like, get it over with.
Totally. And that's really common.
Yeah.
But by slowing down, you just project this much more confident and, like, composed image.
Okay.
And it also gives you time to think.
Right.
And it allows the listener to process what you're saying.
Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah. The source also recommends, like, recording yourself speaking English.
Oh.
I know it can be kind of daunting.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it can be such a valuable tool for identifying areas for improvement.
That sounds really scary.
Yeah.
But I can also see how that would be, like, a really good way to become more aware of, like, those unconscious habits we might have that we don't even realize.
Exactly. And it's not about criticizing yourself.
Right.
It's about just becoming more conscious of your speech patterns and making these, like, deliberate choices about how you want to sound.
Okay, yeah.
Another aspect of this is using appropriate volume.
Oh, yeah. Volume's a big one.
Yeah.
I've definitely been in situations where I'm, like, struggling to hear someone speak.
Yeah.
Because they're mumbling or they're just too quiet.
Yeah.
And it does make you wonder, like, are they unsure of themselves?
Yeah, and speaking too softly can project that lack of confidence. But on the other hand, speaking too loudly can be overwhelming.
Right.
So the key is to just kind of adjust your volume based on the context of the situation that you're in.
That makes sense.
And then there's also the element of tone.
Yeah, tone.
Yeah.
Tone is really important in any language, right?
Yeah.
Like, a monotone voice can just make even the most fascinating topic sound boring.
Absolutely. So think about how you use your voice in your native language to convey, like, different emotions and try to apply those same principles when you're speaking English.
Okay.
Just let your personality shine through.
Yeah.
One more point that one of the sources raises is the importance of, like, using full sentences.
Oh, that's interesting.
What are your thoughts on that?
I know when I'm nervous, I tend to, like, default to just short phrases or even, like, single words.
Yeah.
It's like I'm trying to, like, minimize the amount of English that I have to use.
Yeah, and it's a natural reaction.
Yeah.
But it can kind of inadvertently undermine your confidence.
Oh, really?
Because by using those full sentences, you're demonstrating this greater command of the language and a willingness to express yourself more fully.
So it's not just about sounding more confident.
Yeah.
It's about, like, actually thinking more confidently as well.
Exactly. Like, it pushes you to articulate your thoughts more clearly and completely.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a really subtle shift.
Yeah.
But it can have a significant impact on how you perceive yourself and how other people perceive you.
I'm really liking this so far.
Good.
Feels like we're, like, really starting to lay down, like, a clear path.
Yeah.
To becoming more confident English speakers.
I think we're making great progress.
Yeah.
How about we tackle, like, some of those more high-pressure scenarios?
Okay.
Like presentations and job interviews.
Yeah.
Those can feel especially daunting.
Yes.
When English isn't your first language.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's tackle, like, those high-stakes situations, you know.
Okay.
Presentations, job interviews, just any scenario where the pressure's on. My heart always races a little bit.
Yeah.
When I have to speak English in front of an audience.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for, like, how to handle those nerves?
It's completely natural to feel nervous in those situations, even for native English speakers, you know.
Really?
Yeah, one of the sources was emphasizing how even seasoned speakers get presentation jitters.
Oh, wow.
But the key is to kind of channel that nervous energy into positive momentum.
That's easier said than done.
It is, yeah.
But how would we do that?
Preparation is key. And not just, like, memorizing the content, but, like, actually practicing the delivery.
Okay.
And getting comfortable with the flow of your speech.
Yeah, because one of the sources made a good point about how it's not just what you say, but how you say it.
Exactly.
I know I tune out if someone's, like, mumbling or rushing through their presentation.
Yeah.
Even if the topic is interesting.
Right.
But what about when you go blank or you start rambling? Those moments can really throw you off.
For sure. So that's where visuals can be a game changer.
Okay.
Slides, images, even props.
Props.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about using props.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
It can help to illustrate your points.
Okay.
And just keep the audience focused.
That could be really creative.
Yeah.
And it could take some of the pressure off of me as the speaker?
For sure. And if you are feeling nervous, having that visual to focus on can be a really grounding technique.
Yeah, okay.
The sources also highlight the power of using short, concise sentences.
Okay.
Especially when you're under pressure.
So instead of getting lost in those long, rambling sentences, it's better to just keep things clear and to the point.
Yeah, almost like bullet points.
Yeah.
Okay. And here's another surprising tip from one of the sources. Don't be afraid to incorporate pauses into your speech.
Pauses? Really? I always feel like pauses are a sign of weakness.
Right.
Like I've forgotten what to say.
It can feel that way, but pauses can actually be incredibly powerful.
Really?
Yeah. They give you that moment to just collect your thoughts. Take a breath.
Okay.
Allow the audience to absorb what you've just said. It's like adding those dramatic pauses in a movie.
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
So pauses can actually make the presentation more engaging?
For sure. They create a sense of rhythm and flow.
Okay.
And they help to emphasize those important points.
Interesting.
It's a very subtle technique, but it can make a big difference.
I'll have to try that.
Yeah.
So what about those more casual conversations,
Yeah.
with colleagues or clients? Any tips for how to navigate those interactions more smoothly?
One of the sources really emphasized the importance of active listening and asking questions. It shows genuine interest.
Yeah.
And keeps that conversation flowing.
So it's not just about talking.
Yeah.
It's about really engaging with the other person.
Think about it. How do you feel when someone is just talking at you?
Yeah, not good. It doesn't feel like they value what I have to say.
Exactly. So active listening, even in those casual conversations, shows respect. And it helps to build rapport and can help you to feel more comfortable and confident in the interaction.
I'm realizing how much I focus on what I'm going to say next instead of actually listening.
Right. It's a common habit, but it's one that we can break with practice.
Okay.
The source also suggested having a few go-to phrases ready
for
those awkward silences.
Like what?
That's a great question. Or let me think about that for a moment.
Okay.
It just buys you some time, and it helps you avoid those filler words.
The filler words.
Yeah, they definitely make you sound less confident.
Okay.
So it's like having this mental toolbox, full of phrases that you can just pull out when needed.
I like that.
Yeah.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive. I feel like I have a whole new perspective on confidence in speaking English.
It's been a pleasure exploring these insights with you.
Yeah, likewise.
Remember, confidence is a journey, not a destination. It's about embracing those challenges, celebrating those small wins, and constantly pushing yourself to grow.
So to our listener, what's one small step you can take today to feel more confident in your spoken English?
Yeah.
Maybe try out that challenge ladder or record yourself speaking.
Yeah.
Or practice that presentation one more time.
Yeah, good idea.
Every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to fluency and confidence.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep those conversations flowing.
And keep exploring that fascinating world of language.
Hey, everyone, and welcome back to another Deep Dive.
Yeah, glad to be back.
You know why you're here, Ray. You want to write English better?
Absolutely. That's the name of the game.
Well, we're going to dive into some really interesting stuff today that can help you do just that.
There is a practical advice, too.
Totally. Straight from the English Voice Club.
Oh, excellent source.
And we're going to break it down, make it super clear so you can put it to use right away.
Because sometimes, let's face it, even for native speakers.
Even for us.
Writing well in English can be tricky.
It really can.
So this is like a cheat sheet to help you write more clearly and effectively, no matter what level you're at.
Exactly.
And the great thing is, the English Voice Club covers it all.
Yeah, it's a great resource.
So we're going to look at understanding your audience.
That's so crucial.
Planning your writing, how to organize your paragraphs.
Keeping those ideas flowing smoothly.
And then how to trim the fat, so to speak.
Getting rid of all those unnecessary words.
Exactly. Make those sentences really pack a punch.
Because, whether you're writing an email, a report, an essay,
blog post, whatever it is,
anything you're working on, these principles are going to make a difference.
They really will.
So where should we start?
Well, the English Voice Club material really kicks off with a fundamental point about communication.
Okay, lay it on us.
understanding your audience.
Of course. Yeah, that makes total sense.
And they emphasize asking yourself 2 key questions.
Before you even start writing.
Before you even think about your first sentence.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
So question number 1 is, who are you writing for?
Simple but powerful.
Exactly, because it changes everything.
Totally. I mean, think about it. You write differently if you're emailing your boss.
Right.
Than if you're texting your best friend.
Huge difference.
Right.
So the material gives some good examples.
Yeah, let's hear them.
Are you writing to a friend, a colleague, a teacher?
A manager, maybe, an examiner.
It all shifts how you approach your writing.
Makes sense. Like imagine you're writing to a teacher to show you understand a topic.
Right. You got to be clear, organized.
Exactly.
You probably use more formal language, too.
For sure. But if you're emailing a friend...
That's more casual, right? You share news, maybe some funny stories.
Totally.
It's a whole different vibe.
So the audience really dictates the tone.
It sets the stage.
Makes sense.
Then the second question is, what are you trying to achieve with your writing?
Oh, yeah, good point. What's the goal?
Exactly. Are you giving information? Trying to convince someone of something?
Entertain them? Maybe.
Or like in the examiner example, prove your knowledge to pass a test.
Good point. The purpose really matters.
And it should influence how you organize your thought.
Because you're aiming for a specific outcome.
Exactly.
So know your audience, know your goal.
Those are the first 2 steps.
Got it.
But then the English Voice Club adds another question.
Ooh, even deeper.
It's a real gem. It asks, what does your reader want?
Okay, that's interesting. Flipping the script a bit.
Yeah, it's a shift in perspective.
From your own intention to the reader's needs.
Exactly.
And it makes a lot of sense, actually.
It does, because unless you're writing just for yourself, like a diary...
Yeah, someone's going to be reading what you wrote.
They're investing their time and attention.
So we better make it worth their while.
Precisely. Understand what they're looking for.
Okay, so give me an example. How does this play out in real life?
Well, the material gives a few. Like a teacher reading an essay.
They're checking for understanding, right?
Exactly. Can you explain the topic clearly and accurately?
Makes sense. And what about an email to a friend?
Well, they probably want to hear your news, what you've been up to.
Yeah, maybe some funny stories, like we said.
Keep them entertained.
And what about an examiner, like for a language test?
They're looking for specific things, right? To see if you meet the criteria.
To give you a score.
Exactly.
So by thinking about what the reader wants, you can tailor your writing.
To meet their needs, make it more effective. And the material emphasizes that this is an ongoing thing.
It's not just a one-time thought.
Right. You keep your reader in mind throughout the whole process.
From planning to writing to revising.
Exactly. Put yourself in their shoes.
See it from their perspective.
It's a crucial part of effective communication.
Love it. Okay, so you've got your audience figured out. You know what they want.
What's next?
What's the next step?
Planning.
Ugh, the dreaded planning stage.
I know. It's tempting to just jump right in.
And start writing.
Yeah, just get those ideas down. But the English Voice Club makes a really good point.
Hit me.
Skipping planning can actually create more work for you in the long run.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, you might forget important points or include stuff that's not relevant.
And then end up rewriting a bunch.
Exactly. And your message can become confusing for the reader.
Ah, so planning actually helps us stay on track.
It keeps you focused.
Like a roadmap.
Yes. They use this great analogy.
Oh, I love a good analogy.
Imagine navigating a new city without a map.
Oh, that would be a nightmare.
Right. You'd be lost, going in circles, wasting time.
Stumbling around.
And that's what it's like writing without a plan.
You start, you stop, you delete, you rewrite.
Not very efficient.
Not at all. So, how do we plan effectively?
Well, the material suggests 3 key questions.
Oh, okay, let's hear them.
First, what ideas are you going to include?
So, what's essential to my message?
Exactly.
Right.
Then, what ideas are you going to leave out?
Even if they're related to the topic.
Even if they're interesting, you got to be ruthless.
Be selective.
And then the third question is, how are you going to organize the ideas you've chosen to include?
So figuring out the structure, the flow.
Exactly.
And this is where the magic happens, right?
This is where it all comes together.
So these 3 questions, that's our planning foundation.
That's your blueprint.
Got it.
Now, how much planning you need depends on the task.
Right. Makes sense.
For a quick email, maybe just a few moments of thought.
Yeah, jot down some bullet points.
But for a big report or an essay, you're going to want a more detailed plan.
Maybe an outline, some notes.
So how do we know what to include and what to leave out?
Well, the English Voice Club gives some super helpful questions to ask yourself.
Let's hear them.
First, does my reader need to know this?
To understand my main point.
Yes. Then, will my reader want to know this?
Is it interesting or relevant to them?
Precisely. And finally, does including this help me reach my goal?
So it's all about being purposeful?
Every piece of information should have a reason to be there.
No fluff allowed.
Exactly.
So planning is about clarity, focus, and making sure everything contributes to our goal.
It's like laying a strong foundation for your writing.
Love it. Okay, so we've planned our masterpiece. What's next?
Well, now we got to think about how to present those ideas in a way that's easy to follow.
Right, because we want our readers to be engaged, not confused.
And the English Voice Club really emphasizes the importance of...
paragraphs.
Yes. Organizing your ideas into clear paragraphs is key.
It's all about structure.
Think of them like signposts guiding the reader.
Helping them navigate through your thoughts.
Exactly. And for you as a writer...
And keeps you focused.
Ensures your ideas flow logically.
So how do we create these amazing paragraphs?
Well, they have a simple but golden rule. One main idea per paragraph.
Okay, that makes sense. No cramming 5 different thoughts into one big chunk.
No information overload.
One idea, one paragraph.
Keep it clean, keep it focused.
So how long should these paragraphs be?
That's a common question, and the English Voice Club addresses it directly.
I'm all ears.
There's no set length, no magic number of sentences.
Not like the 5-sentence paragraph rule they teach in school.
Nope. Throw that out the window.
Interesting.
A paragraph should be as long as it needs to be to fully develop its main idea.
Okay, I like that. So if a point can be made in 3 sentences, great.
Absolutely.
And if it needs 10, that's fine too.
Exactly. It's about completeness of thought, not some arbitrary length.
So are we deciding paragraph structure during the planning stage?
Absolutely. That's part of the blueprint.
So we're thinking ahead about how many paragraphs we'll need.
And what the core idea of each paragraph will be.
That prevents us from getting lost mid-writing.
Exactly. You avoid that, wait, where does this information go? Moment.
Because we've already mapped it out.
Exactly. It's like having an outline for your paragraphs.
So planning paragraphs keeps us organized and helps our writing flow smoothly.
It's all connected.
Great. Okay, we've got our audience, our plan, our paragraphs.
What else can we do to make our writing shine?
Well, the English Voice Club has some tips on how to make our writing more powerful.
More concise, more direct.
By cutting out unnecessary words and sentences?
Yes. Trimming the fat.
So how do we do that?
Well, they have this great guiding principle: write as little as possible while still being clear.
Okay, less is more.
Exactly. And they give some fantastic examples.
Hey, that's the goods.
Instead of saying very tired, say exhausted.
One word, much stronger.
Right. And generally those words like very, really, absolutely.
They often weaken your writing.
They don't add much value.
So what are some other swaps we can make?
As a result, becomes consequently.
Ooh, I like that.
On the other hand, can be nevertheless.
Nice.
Instead of this will get better in the future, try this will improve.
More direct. I like it.
And she gave me a lot of help becomes she helped me a lot, or even just she helped me.
So it's about finding those shorter, more impactful ways to say the same thing.
Precisely.
And what about those hedging words like maybe or perhaps?
They have their place, but often you can be more direct.
So instead of maybe this will solve the problem, just say this will solve the problem.
Exactly, unless you really need to express uncertainty.
But if you're confident, state it confidently.
Right. Use might or could, only when appropriate.
So it's about being clear and assertive in our writing.
Exactly.
Now, what about cutting whole sentences?
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
What kind of sentences are we looking to cut?
The ones that don't actually say anything useful.
Like those filler sentences you see in essays sometimes?
Yes. Like, there are many advantages and disadvantages to this.
Or, in this essay, I will discuss.
So pointless.
They add nothing.
And the English Voice Club is ruthless about this.
I love it.
They say, what do these sentences tell you? Do they offer any useful information?
And the answer is usually no.
So cut them.
Be merciless.
Being concise is so important for clarity.
It makes our writing more readable, more engaging.
When you get rid of the clutter, your message shines through.
So we need to examine every sentence.
Put them on trial.
Ask ourselves, what does this add? How does it help me reach my goal?
If you can't answer those questions clearly,
that sentence is probably out of there.
And the English Voice Club acknowledges that this takes practice.
It's a skill you develop over time.
But it's worth it.
Absolutely. Okay, ready for the final tip?
Hit me.
Short, simple sentences.
Ah, music to my ears.
The English Voice Club is all about them.
And for good reason. Shorter sentences are just easier to understand.
They're like little bites of information.
Easy to digest.
And apparently, research backs this up.
There's science behind it.
So longer sentences equal more work for the reader.
And they're especially tricky for non-native English speakers.
Because they're more prone to errors.
Grammar gets more complex, meaning gets muddled.
So what's a good target length for a sentence?
They recommend aiming for around 10 words.
10 words. That's pretty short.
It is, but it forces you to be concise.
Okay. I'm up for the challenge.
10 to 20 words is generally acceptable.
But anything over 20 is getting risky?
Yeah, you got to be careful.
So how do we rate these super short sentences?
Well, remember all that stuff about using fewer words.
Yeah, that's a good start.
But they also have some specific techniques.
Lay them on us.
Avoid the passive voice whenever possible.
It tends to make sentences longer.
And more complex.
Got it.
What else?
Start sentences with the subject.
Keeps things direct.
And be careful with relative clauses.
Those who, which, that phrases. They can make sentences super long.
So use them sparingly.
Exactly. And when you're using conjunctions.
Like and, but, or.
See if you can break those sentences down.
Into shorter ones.
Yes, if it improves clarity.
So it's not that long sentences are bad.
No, skilled writers can use them well.
Especially for complex topics.
But the key is to use them only when necessary.
If you can say it clearly in a shorter sentence.
Do it.
Short and sweet.
That's the goal.
All right, that was a lot of information.
We covered a lot of ground.
But it was all super valuable.
It's all about making you a better writer.
So let's do a quick recap for our listeners.
Remind them of those key takeaways.
5 golden rules.
Number 1, understand your readers.
Know their needs and expectations.
Number 2, plan your writing.
What to include, what to leave out, how to organize it all.
Number 3, clear paragraphs.
1 main idea per paragraph.
Number 4, cut the fluff.
Get rid of those unnecessary words and sentences.
And number 5, short, simple sentences.
Keep it clear, keep it concise.
The English Voice Club says if you apply these principles consistently,
you'll see a big difference in your writing.
They're confident about that.
And I am too.
These are practical strategies, not just theories.
And even small efforts can make a big impact over time.
So keep practicing, keep refining.
Don't be afraid to experiment.
And as a final thought,
a little something to ponder.
Think about your audience and your purpose the next time you write anything.
Even a short email, a social media post.
How can you apply these principles?
See what a difference it makes.
You might be surprised.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, happy writing.
Have you ever been in that situation, like when you're trying to talk about food? Mm-hmm. You know, maybe you're making dinner plans with someone or trying to describe a dish you love, and you just wish you had like a better grasp of all those food terms and concepts.
Totally.
So that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're going to unpack this super practical resource. It was actually a lesson designed to help English language learners talk about food.
Awesome.
And think of it as like getting this like insider's guide to how we talk about all things food, from like those amazing global cuisines to, you know, our very own like personal picky eating habits, whatever it may be.
Right. And it's not just about, you know, memorizing a bunch of fancy food words, right? It's about understanding like the framework of how we communicate about what we eat.
Exactly.
This lesson we're looking at, it covers some pretty important stuff, like exploring different culinary styles from around the world.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about, you know, what gets your taste buds excited and what maybe makes you want to like push your plate away.
Yeah.
And also just like the practical everyday stuff of cooking and eating habits.
Right.
It's like surprisingly insightful.
It is.
And it gives us this like really great starting point for feeling more confident talking about food in any situation.
I love it.
Yeah. So our mission today is to pull out those key learnings, you know, those useful phrases, and make it like super easy for you to understand and use them in your own conversations about food.
Perfect. Okay, so let's dive into this, starting with like the huge world of different cuisines, right?
Okay.
The lesson kicks off with this question we've probably all heard a million times, like, what kind of food do you like?
Yeah.
And I thought the first answer was so relatable.
What was it?
It was like a bit of everything, really.
Yeah.
And it just immediately got me thinking about our own like personal food journeys.
Right, yeah.
You know, the speaker talks about growing up in the UK and how you just naturally get exposed to this mix of global flavors.
Of course.
And it made me wonder, like, what shaped my own palate? Was it, you know, where I grew up, or maybe like the example they give, like a parent who kind of mix different culinary traditions in their cooking.
Yeah.
Like a bit of French here, a touch of Italian there.
A little spice.
Yeah, a little Indian spice. It's just fascinating to think about how all those influences come together.
It is. Yeah. It really is. And it makes me think, there's so much research now about how early exposure to a variety of foods can actually lead to like a more open and adaptable palate later in life.
Really?
So like the more you try as a kid, the more adventurous you might be with food as an adult.
That's so interesting. I wonder if that's true for me.
Maybe. Think back to your childhood.
I'll have to think about that.
What were you exposed to?
Yeah, for sure. So then in the lesson, the conversation goes to specific national cuisines.
Okay.
And of course, they start with British food.
Makes sense.
Which, always seems to start with fish and chips.
Right, the classic.
But the listener in the example actually asks for more. And the speaker mentions shepherd's pie and Sunday roast.
Oh, nice. Those are good ones.
But then they make this really important point that for most people today, what they eat is a mix of influences from all over the world.
Absolutely. I mean, I think about my own diet.
Right.
It's definitely not just, American food.
Right. It's like a fusion.
Yeah, exactly. Like a global fusion situation.
Yeah, I love that. And later on, someone else in the lesson talks about being half Spanish.
Okay.
And growing up surrounded by like all of that amazing Mediterranean food. And it really highlights how much our cultural background shapes our food preferences.
Oh, for sure.
From those early childhood memories.
Yeah, totally.
Like, think about it. Like, what are some of your strongest food memories from when you were a kid?
Oh, man. It's funny you should ask that because I was just talking to my mom about this the other day.
Oh, yeah.
She used to make this incredible, like, lentil soup with, like, smoked paprika and chorizo.
That sounds amazing.
It was so good. And it just, like, takes me right back to her kitchen.
Oh, wow.
When I smell those flavors, it's like a time machine.
It's so powerful, right? Like food can do that.
It really can.
So in the lesson, they talk about how moving to a big city like Berlin really opens up your world to even more food possibilities.
Oh, absolutely.
Kind of like the UK where you have so many cultures mixing.
Right. It's like this melting pot of culinary traditions.
Exactly. And then they go on to compare Spanish and Italian food.
Interesting.
Which, at first glance might seem kind of similar.
You'd think so.
Right. But they actually do a really good job of pointing out the nuances.
Okay. Like what?
Well, they talk about how both cuisines really value fresh ingredients. And they both feature a lot of seafood and salads.
Makes sense.
But then they explain that pasta doesn't play as big of a role in Spanish cuisine as it does in Italian cuisine.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right. So it's these subtle distinctions that can make a big difference.
Yeah, I think it's so important to recognize those nuances.
Absolutely. Like it helps us avoid those overgeneralizations about different food cultures.
Totally. It's like saying all Asian food is the same.
Right.
When in reality, there's so much diversity
So
within each region and country.
Okay, so then they get into specific Spanish dishes.
Okay, give me some examples.
Well, they mentioned paella, which is, of course, super famous.
Paella. Yeah, I love paella.
But then the speaker shares one of their personal favorites, which is albondigas.
Albondigas? What is that?
It's these, like, really tasty meatballs cooked in tomato sauce.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, they're so simple, but so satisfying.
I love those kinds of dishes,
Me too.
Simple, but so flavorful.
Yeah. And this actually leads to a really important point that they make in the lesson.
What's that?
About understanding the difference between cuisine dish and meal.
Okay, break that down for me.
So cuisine refers to the overall cooking style and traditions of a specific place. Like when we talk about Chinese cuisine or French cuisine.
Okay.
And a dish is a specific preparation.
Like a recipe.
Yeah, like a recipe. Like albondigas, that's a dish.
Okay.
And then meal is just, when we eat.
Like breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Exactly. It might seem obvious.
Yeah.
But they actually say that these terms often get used interchangeably.
Right, which can be confusing.
And it can lead to misunderstandings, especially when you're trying to discuss like really complex food traditions.
Totally. It's like using the wrong tool for the job.
Yeah.
You need the right words to be precise.
Yeah. And they give this great advice about being more descriptive when you talk about food that you enjoy.
I like that. Like, don't just say it's good.
Right. Instead of just saying, oh, I love Vietnamese food.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
Exactly. Give me the details.
Yeah. Talk about the fresh herbs, the balance of flavors.
Yeah. Make me feel like I'm tasting it.
Yes. It just makes the conversation so much more interesting.
Way more engaging, for sure. Okay, so we've talked about cuisines.
Yeah.
What about the actual cooking part?
Oh, yeah. Well, the lesson takes a kind of a funny approach to this.
Oh, how is that?
They put us right in the middle of a food critique.
Oh,
where one person is like completely disgusted by the meal.
Gosh.
And someone else is raving about the dessert.
Oh, wow. A real contrast.
Yeah. It's a little dramatic, but it's a really effective way to highlight common cooking mistakes.
Okay. I'm curious. What kind of mistakes do they bring up?
Well, first up, there's undercooked meat.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Which ends up being tough and chewy.
The worst.
And then there's overcooked vegetables. Mushy instead of like fresh and crunchy.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
And then the last one is a sauce that's just bland.
Like no flavor at all.
Yeah, it's like they forgot to season it.
Ugh, I've been there. It's so disappointing.
But the good news is they don't just point out the problems.
Okay.
They actually offer solutions too.
Okay, I like that.
So for the undercooked meat, they emphasize cooking it long enough until it's tender.
Makes sense.
And like checking the internal temperature to make sure it's actually done.
Yes, food safety first.
Exactly. And for the vegetables, they say, keep them crisp and vibrant.
Right, don't overcook them.
And for the bland sauce, they suggest adding more spices, maybe some vinegar. And most importantly, tasting it as you go.
Tasting is crucial.
So you can adjust the seasonings.
I mean, you can always add more, but you can't really take it away.
Exactly. So this whole critique part really sets the stage for introducing some really essential vocabulary.
Okay, I'm ready. What words are we talking about?
Well, they talk about flavor words like spicy, sour, sweet, bitter, rich, and bland.
Okay, those are good ones.
And then they move on to texture words.
Ooh, texture is so important with food.
It really is. So they talk about mushy, tough, chewy, tender, crunchy, and crumbly.
I love all those words. And it's funny because they all connect back to the Fuen critique.
Yeah.
Like mushy for the overcooked veggies.
Right.
Tough and chewy for the undercooked meat.
Exactly. And then they go beyond those specific flavor and texture words.
Okay.
To more general words we use to express whether we like or dislike something.
Gotcha. Like good or bad, but more descriptive.
Exactly. So on the positive side, we have words like great, amazing, fantastic, tasty, and delicious.
Delicious.
They even point out that you should avoid saying very delicious.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because delicious is already like a strong word on its own.
Right. It's already like the top level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then on the negative side, we have awful, terrible, and disgusting.
Okay, so you've got a whole range of options.
You really do.
Yeah.
From mild approval to like strong disgust.
I love it. This is so helpful for anyone who wants to talk about food more expressively.
Absolutely. Okay, so now that we've covered how to talk about different cuisines and how to describe food itself, let's get into our actual cooking habits.
Okay.
So the lesson looks at different frequencies of cooking.
Like how often people cook.
Exactly. They compare people who cook sometimes like maybe twice a week to people who cook most of their meals.
That's quite a range.
It is. And I think everyone falls somewhere on that spectrum.
For sure. And it makes you wonder, what about the people who don't cook very often?
Right. So they actually address that too.
Okay.
They talk about alternatives like eating in a canteen getting takeaway or buying pre-made meals from the supermarket.
Right. Those are all convenient options.
They are, but they also mention some potential downsides.
Like what?
Things like cost.
Yeah, eating out all the time can get expensive.
For sure. And also the nutritional value might not be as good.
Right. You don't always know what ingredients are being used.
Exactly. But then they introduce this really interesting strategy.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
It's called batch cooking.
Batch cooking. I've heard of that.
Yeah. So basically it's about dedicating some time, maybe on a Sunday, to cook a big batch of food that you can eat throughout the week.
So you're like prepping for the week ahead.
Exactly.
That's smart.
And it has some great benefits.
Like what?
Well, for one, you can have ready-made packed lunches for work or school.
That's convenient.
Super convenient.
Yeah.
And you also have leftovers for dinner.
So less cooking during the week.
Less cooking, less cleaning.
I like it.
And it's often healthier.
So you're controlling the ingredients.
Exactly. You know exactly what's going into your food.
And it probably saves you money in the long run, too.
It definitely can. And there's even research that suggests batch cooking can reduce food waste.
Really?
Because you're less likely to let ingredients go bad.
That makes sense.
So the lesson also talks about how things like living near a market with fresh produce can really influence our cooking habits.
Oh, for sure. Like if it's easy to get good ingredients.
Right, you're more likely to cook at home.
Totally. And they made this comparison between the feeling of eating a home-cooked meal and the feeling of eating like greasy fast food.
Yeah, not the best feeling.
Not at all. Like you just feel kind of gross and bloated afterward.
Totally. And then they clarify some vocabulary that often comes up when we talk about eating habits.
Okay, hit me with those words.
So first up, there's canteen.
Canteen.
Which is usually like a workplace or university cafeteria.
Right, often with affordable food.
Yeah, sometimes even free.
Nice.
And then there's takeaway.
Takeaway, like takeout.
Exactly, food you buy from a restaurant to eat at home.
Got it.
And then we have packed lunch.
Packed lunch food from home.
Yeah, that you take with you to work or school.
Makes sense.
And lastly, leftovers.
Leftovers the best.
The best extra food from a meal that you save to eat later.
So good. Okay, now I'm hungry.
Me too. Let's move on to the last part of the lesson, which is all about preparing food.
Okay.
And they use this really great example of making moussaka.
Moussaka, that Greek dish.
Yes.
Layers of eggplant and meat.
You got it.
And that creamy sauce on top.
It's delicious. So they walk us through the steps.
Ooh, like a mini cooking class.
Yeah, it's awesome. So they start with frying the eggplant and potato.
Okay.
Then they saute the onion and garlic.
Right.
Then they brown the meat.
Getting good.
Then they add tomatoes and let it simmer.
Simmer.
And then comes the white sauce.
The best part?
It's made with butter, flour, and milk.
Classic.
But they give this crucial tip about adding the milk slowly while stirring constantly.
Yeah, to avoid lumps.
Exactly. And cooking it over low heat.
So important.
And then finally, they layer everything in the dish.
Okay.
Potatoes, eggplant, meat, more eggplant than the white sauce.
Sounds amazing.
And then they top it with grated cheese.
Oh, man. Cheese makes everything better.
And they bake it until it's golden brown.
I can practically smell it.
It's making me hungry, too. But the best part is that they actually use this moussaka example to clarify the difference between some common cooking verbs.
That's smart.
Like saute versus fry.
Okay.
Both involve cooking in hot fat, but sauteing is done quickly at a higher temperature.
Got it.
And then there's boil versus simmer.
Okay.
Both involve heating liquid until it bubbles.
Right.
But simmering is done over low heat.
Lower and slower.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they also cover pour, which is specifically for liquids, and sprinkle, which is for distributing small amounts of things like spices or cheese.
Yeah, those are good distinctions to know.
Because using the right cooking verbs can make a big difference when you're following a recipe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's all about precision in the kitchen.
So we've come to the end of our food talk deep dive.
Of quite a journey.
It was. We went from discussing all these incredible cuisines to, expressing our personal food preferences.
Yeah.
And then exploring our cooking habits and even getting into the details of how we prepare different dishes.
Food is such a fascinating topic.
It really is. It connects us all.
It does.
Yeah.
It makes me think, after all this talk about food,
yeah,
I'm curious, what does your own relationship with food look like?
That's a good question.
What are those flavors and textures that really define your experience with food?
Yeah.
And how do your eating habits reflect your lifestyle and your values?
I think that's something we can all think about.
It is. It's like food for thought.
I love it.
Yeah. And maybe the next time you're enjoying a meal, or even just planning what to cook, you can try describing it using some of the vocabulary we've talked about today.
That's a great challenge. I'm going to try it.
Me too.
This was fun.
Yeah, I'm hungry though.
Me too. Let's go get some food.
Let's do it.
So that English Voice Club stuff you sent over, really interesting stuff about all the different ways we can say how we feel in English.
Yeah.
We all know happy, sad, angry.
Right. The basics.
But it made us think that there's a lot more to it than that.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of interesting subtleties. And that's what we are going to deep dive into today.
Yes.
How to really understand those subtleties and nuances, get a shortcut to being in the know about how to express feelings.
Exactly.
So you wanted to get beyond just those simple happy, sad, angry labels.
Yeah, there's so much more to it.
And we thought, you know what, this is the perfect way to explore that, all those shades of meaning. Like, what's the real difference between being pleased and being happy?
Yeah, great question. Or, how come sometimes we say we're nervous and sometimes we say we're terrified?
Right.
It's like we're opening up a whole new level of how we communicate about our feelings.
Exactly. And we're going to focus on the pairs of emotions that you picked out.
Right.
Happiness and fear, sadness and confusion, shame and nervousness, and then finally, anger and frustration.
Looking forward to it.
We'll look at all the different words that go with each of those. Great. Not just giving you lists of words, but really getting a feel for when and why we use them.
That's the plan.
Okay, so let's dive straight in. Happiness and fear. The first thing you sent was this great little dialogue.
Yes.
About passing a driving test.
Yeah, so relatable. I mean, we've all been there. First, you're super stressed and nervous, then boom, you pass. Pure joy and relief.
Absolutely. And that takes us to our first set of words. Pleased, stressed, relieved, nervous, worried, and scared. Now, nervous, worried, scared. Pretty clear they're all about fear, in a way.
Yeah, they are. But the differences between them are really interesting.
I think so, too.
It's like English gives us all these ways to be specific about how much fear we're feeling.
Right. So think about it. You could be nervous before you have to give a presentation. That kind of butterflies in your stomach feeling. Whereas when you're worried, it kind of hangs around longer. Like you might be worried about what's going to happen, how the presentation is going to go.
Exactly. A kind of persistent feeling of unease.
Exactly. But then scared is, scared. That's like a sudden jolt.
Yeah, much more intense, like if you hear a really loud bang in the night.
Right. Sudden and intense, like fight or flight kicks in. And I know they weren't in this dialogue, but words like terrified or petrified to take it to a whole other level. For when things are really extreme, it's like we have this volume control for fear.
I like that analogy.
You can be specific about how loud the fear is.
Exactly. It's not just, yes, I'm afraid, or no, I'm not.
So that brings us to pleased and happy.
Okay.
Now, this is interesting when we think about how they're different. I mean, it seems like we tend to say pleased when about something specific, some event or outcome.
Right.
But happy can just be, happy in general, just this ongoing state.
That's right. Think of it like this. You could say, she was happy throughout her retirement. An overall feeling. But if you're talking about a specific thing, you'd say something like, I was pleased with how my painting turned out. It suggests you're satisfied with a particular result.
Right. And I guess you could say, I was happy with how my painting turned out, and it wouldn't sound wrong.
Yeah, you could.
But you wouldn't say she was retirement.
I see. Yeah, you wouldn't. So happy has a broader meaning.
Yeah. I wonder why that is. I mean, is it that some positive emotions are more about things that are happening around us, and some are more about something inside us?
That's a good question.
And then we've got relieved, back to the driving test scenario. Test over the words, all the pressure just vanishes. Definitely.
I know that feeling.
Okay, let's move on to our next pair. Sadness and confusion.
Sounds good.
Now, the dialogue you sent this time, it's about something that happens all the time. Getting frustrated at work.
Yeah, we've all been there. When you start a job and you have all these expectations, and then the reality is, not quite so great.
Yeah, exactly. And that leads us to our next set of words. Miserable, down, mixed up, torn, humiliated, and apathetic. Let's start miserable. That's just kind of heavy.
It is. It's more than just have a bad day. It's a feeling of deep unhappiness.
Yeah.
Like really unhappy with your whole situation.
Whereas down is a bit less serious.
It's more general. You're feeling low, maybe because you're going through a tough time.
Right. Like you might feel down because you had a hard week, but miserable is bigger, more serious.
Exactly. Apathetic. That's an interesting one to have in this group. I mean, it's under sadness, but it doesn't really sound like sadness.
No, it doesn't, does it?
What it means is you don't really have any feelings at all. No interest, no enthusiasm, no concern. Like you just don't care.
So not exact sad.
Yeah. Important to know that it's not the same as pathetic. Pathetic means you feel like you're not good enough.
Yeah.
Or not worthy.
Okay. Good distinction. Now, mixed up and torn.
Okay.
They both seem to be about confusion, not knowing what to think.
Yeah, exactly. Mixed up is when you feel muddled. Like all your thoughts are
Well, there's one difference. You have to make a decision, but you don't know which good. It's like when you try to tear a piece of paper in half.
Right.
It's pulling both ways.
Yeah.
Okay, and lastly, in this set, humiliated. Sounds like embarrassed, but worse.
You feel ashamed.
Right.
Like you've lost your dignity. Often it's something that happens in front of other people.
Right.
And because it's such a powerful feeling, we don't experience it very often or talk about it very often. So we've done places. Right. Now let's go. Sometimes awkward world dating with shame and nervousness.
Oh, yeah. The canceled line date.
Oh, yeah. First you're excited. Then, PTSD. It's off. And you're left feeling self-conscious.
Embarrassed, anxious, apprehensive, awkward, and guilty. Now, it seems to me that anxious and apprehensive are often used in a similar way. Nervous is kind of a low fear.
You're right. It's that uneasy feeling you get before something happens, when you don't know what the outcome is going to be. Like, will the day go well? Will I pass the exam?
Yeah, that anticipation of something may be going wrong. Pre-event jitters. Now, awkward, embarrassed, and guilty. The stuff you sent really broke those down. And they're all about feeling uncomfortable. But socially, like how you're coming across to other people.
It's interesting how those shifts each word.
Yeah.
So awkward. That's more about the situation itself. Like, is this long silence or you do something clumsy and it's just awkward.
That's how you feel exposed.
Or like you did.
Yeah. And sometimes, but guilty is different because it's about knowing you've done something wrong. You feel bad about it. Like that example of not being there when your friend really needed you. So it's not about how people see you. It's about your own sense of right and wrong.
Yeah. And language lets us be really specific about those feelings, our social and moral feelings.
Yeah.
Right, on to our last pair, anger and frustration.
Yes, to workplace, where things are feeling up.
More
yeah, it's all about people not getting what they need or thinking other people aren't competent.
Classic workplace stuff.
So the last set of words. Annoyed, seething, fed up, overwhelmed, frustrated, upset. Okay, let's start with frustrated.
Right. Frustration. Everyone knows that feeling.
Yeah.
It's when you can't get what you want, like you're trying to achieve something, but you're blocked. Think of it like this. You're stuck in traffic. You're late.
Okay, I've been there. Okay. Annoyed and seething. They seem like they're both about anger.
They are.
But one's mild and the other is much more intense.
That's right. Annoyed is just a low-level irritation, like when a faucet drips. Or, like your material said, mosquito bites. Irritated is a good synonym. The whole of the serious anger. But often it's not like you're boiling inside, but keeping it all in. Furious is another word that means something similar.
So leaky faucet versus a volcano about to erupt.
Yeah, something like
that. No, it seems like it's a frustration. But something.
Yeah. Things you've had putting up with the bad for ages, you can't take it anymore. Like your neighbor keeps playing loud music every night. At first you're just annoyed. Then you get frustrated. Eventually you're just fed up.
Makes sense. Now, overwhelmed. The material pointed out that overwhelmed is a bit different because it can be about lots of different emotions, even positive ones.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting too.
So what's the key to overwhelmed?
It's the feeling of too much. Too much to do, too many problems, too many strong. It's about negative things. Stress, sadness. But I guess you could be overwhelmed with happiness too if something amazing happened.
Right, like winning the lottery. Okay. Last but not least, upset. That seems to be specifically about feeling sad because something bad. So we've explored all these different emotions and all words that go with them. What do you think big takeaways for our listener?
I think the main thing is English has a lot of ways to talk about how we feel.
Yeah, happy, sad, angry.
It's a system for describing exactly what's going on inside us.
And by understanding all those subtle differences, you can communicate more clearly.
Exactly. And understand other people.
So what else should have talked about? Here's something to think about. Could being able to use those words more precisely make you more aware of your own feelings?
I like that.
And could it help you be more understanding of people's feelings too? How does language affect our emotions and how do we words to describe them? Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into emotion.
My pleasure.